tell y'all something. Every time I pull myself up the bootstraps and decide to do something new, and then I do it, I'm pumped. And that's, of course, I'm so pumped because I just had a nap. Yes, ma'am. Ooh, let me plug this up. I'm going to have to borrow the juice. I'm going to have to borrow the juice from my laptop to charge this phone because I need to talk to y'all. And I need to be right here. And I know people going to be like, she is going live all the time. Yes, I am going live. Look back at the video and see why. Look at the other videos and see why. Yes, I am going live. You know, a good press in the hair, it makes it so much easier. Like, you know, it makes it so much easier because I can just wrap this hair and I can just keep it moving. And now I'm about to keep it moving with this fish on the... I got to make me some fish. Now, y'all ain't going to be with me the whole time. This ain't no cooking show. But I do need to eat. And I feed these dogs very well. So I've been trying to, well, not I've been trying to, I feed myself very well. But I've been making sure that I specifically feed myself very well. Hey, ooh, somebody join me. 2 days in a row. So I'm this pumped because I just woke up from a nap. Honey, let me tell you something about being almost 50. Being 50 in 7 days. You need a nap. You need a full-fledged nap. Yes, indeed. Yeah. Y'all ain't gonna be with me the whole time too because, you know, people be judging people for cooking online. Yes, they do. They be being like, she ain't washed that. I mean, I be judging people too, but I don't want to be judged. I got me some rockfish. And baby, thank you for my like. VongoYT. Hey. Lord, I be getting the straight people from across the water. NASA astrology. Hey, ma'am, can I ask a weird question? I mean, I guess you can go ahead. Can you grab the camera for a Lamar Jackson edit? I don't understand. Lamar Jackson, it better not be nothing nasty, okay? What's a Lamar Jackson edit? I have a strange request. What is the strange request? NASA astrology, what is the strange request? Because you said go ahead. What is the strange request? It's a football player. So a Lamar Jackson edit. What is that? I guess I need to be watching sports to know what a Lamar Jackson edit is. Can you grab the camera for a Lamar Jackson edit? No, I can't grab the camera because I got this fish in my hand that I'm about to put in the pot. And I need to put it in the pot right now. But before I put it in the pot, I'm gonna be putting my seasoning in that. You say I like armpits because I have an armpit fetish. If you think it's a dirty request, I don't mind. It's just a request. Yes, I am cooking something. No, I can't show you my armpits. Babe, first of all, y'all trying to get me demonetized asking for armpit requests or what? Huh? Y'all know I've been trying to get this channel monetized, and that is the only reason I'm going live. No, well, not the only reason, but I think I like going live better. But the thing about it too is, honey, like, I have to step it up with the videos. I'm from New Orleans originally. Where are you from? VongoYT, where you from? Yes, I am cooking. And this rockfish. Rockfish is the meaty of the rockfish. So that's why I like it. Boy, and this grease might be up too high. You from India. India, y'all black over there because all the Indians over here, honey, there is black men over here. Hey, actually, and guess what? They black and they see me coming to the store, honey, and they be trying to holler. And guess what? They be looking good. That's how I know y'all black. When the woman is attracted, like, yes. Adjust the strap, Harrison. Why it's bothering you? You must got OCD. You must got OCD like me. You must need me to do like this. You are too funny. Yes. Give me 1 second because I can't adjust the strap without with my hands with this fish smell. I gotta wash my hands first. See, I like to I just brown the fish a little bit. Crazy booty, it's the sun. Brains and booty. First of all, hold on. Let me wash my hands before I adjust this strap. Brains and booty. You see what happened? If you ain't see what happened, Vongo, I feel you. Vongo, let me tell you something. I got it so bad that some things I can't even watch until it's like straight. Let me wash my hands. And I'm going to let you see me adjust the strap. Vongo. That's how I know you is so cool. Brains and booty. Okay, so you know. Okay, Vongo. See this? Like, Vongo, are you a man or a woman, Vongo? Either way, this how your spouse gonna turn you on. It's just always having their stuff neat. Brains and booty. So, child. Now, you know I've been trying to get the channel monetized. The Atticus. Are you a male? Okay, so your wife, that's how she gonna turn you on. She just gonna make sure this is straight and then make sure none of these hairs out of place. Like you see these like hairs up here. That's how your wife gonna turn you on. This gonna be like perfect, you know. And then when she fix this, you gonna be like, oh yeah, that's right. Anyway, brains the booty, ciao. So I'm you know I've been trying to get the channel monetized and finally get to all the monetization numbers. And then I applied for monetization and they said that I couldn't get approved because the stuff on my channel was offensive. You know, it was like harmful content because I'm discussing like controversial issues. And so I was like, so they was like, you got to delete all the videos. I could reapply in July. But I was like, you know what? In the meantime, you say we've been on the mission. I see you upload all the time. I know. And now you really about to see me on a mission because look, brains and booty. I have been, now you know you've been following me for a while. And I have been doing this specifically to build my following like as myself. That's the whole reason I started the show. So, and I know what harmful content they talking about. We talking about interracial couples. We talking about should white couples, you know, be able to adopt a black baby. All of that was like, you know, because the thing about it too is if you think about like turning on to some white people channel and they, you know, talking about should black people be able to adopt white kids. And then some of them going to be like, no, like you wouldn't want to see that as a black person or you would disagree with it. Now, I don't know if they're doing that, you know, necessarily. I'm just using that as an example. But I know immediately when they said harmful content, I went to all the like interracial and all that stuff. And guess what, brains and booty? It set me free because talking about race every week was like exhausting anyway. Like when I just want to live in a togetherness world, but when, you know, my show is about people, like my show is about y'all sending me the news. So because we're talking about race, people are sending me more topics about race. So even a couple weeks ago, I was like, all right, this is my last week talking about, I just can't. So I feel like that was just the Holy Spirit just freeing me of talking about that kind of content. And let's get back to the because there's so many things that we can talk about every Tuesday. but it also made me be like, all right, well, what I'm gonna do is until like in addition to Tuesday, I'm gonna just be going live every day when I get ready, talking about whatever, doing whatever, because I want to get my channel monetized. And now I feel the blessing in it all because I'm turning on the camera and just being myself, and that's the only way I want to get hired. Yes, I'm a talk show host, honey. Talk show host is this personality. So anyway, so thank you so much, Deaticus. So child, let me put on my plate, because this is what I do. The Jamaicans call it like a little chop suey, and they do it with shrimp though, but I do it with my fish, where I just like brown it a little bit. And then I add some water and I add all my stuff, and then I'm about to be making some cabbage because I forgot I got some money. You said you forgot about the food on the stove. No, I did not. No, I did not. You said, yeah, we can't say anything negative about, I know. But the thing about it too is I was tired of saying anything negative about white people because one, I have very good white friends. Not, and these aren't like regular white friends. Like, I just hung out with them for the first time at their house. Well, not just, one of my white friends. The other one, I hang out at his house all the time, whenever he has something. But the other one, okay, they just invited me over for dinner. I went over there, him, his wife, his daughter. We kicked it in the backyard. Now, before we even hung out as friends, this man has come along to advance every comedy special, any idea I have had. This man has put his money into it. He has made the team do it for lower prices, whatever budget I say. So, I think of them looking at my channel, and I want to make certain that they can enjoy my channel too, and not feeling like, I wonder if she thinks we're the exception. You know what I'm saying? When they are definitely the exception. We have people disenfranchising people, but anyway, I'm just so excited to get back to to just re-strategize and make it a full-fledged comedy show on Tuesdays. And what I'm really excited about is getting that information, having this sting, being at the beach that day where the Lord could deliver to me what the purpose of it was for, being free, feeling free that day, and then making immediate adjustment, then getting excited about it right away, not even spending a minute to feel sad. You know how sometimes you be like, why is this even and girl, then yesterday my video was about, honey, it was rejection day. The agent that made me get a ghostwriter and said she liked my book proposal, she hit me back. It was like my numbers on my platform still not high enough for her to do it. But then she sent me a list of people that, she feel like would be happy to hear from me. Then the people with the grant, I applied for this grant. Then they said no. But then also too, I went on to the grant website and I looked at all the people they was funding, and I was like, this don't feel fair. I sent them a message last night. It was like, I have applied for this repeatedly, even after y'all suggested it, and I still didn't get it. But these other people seem like they get it every year. And then the lady called this morning, and before I picked up the phone, I was listening to all my motivational stuff, my prayer stuff, and after I was listening to my Reverend Ike, honey, let me tell y'all something. Y'all got to treat yourself to some Reverend Ike, okay? This man make you feel like you floating to your dream, because he feel you so, you get so filled up with feeling good in the inside. So anyway, by the time I finish listening to Bill Winston, Reverend Ike, that's my combination for the morning. Bill Winston, Reverend Ike, and the nighttime is Napoleon Hill, honey. I goes to bed with them. So after that, I was just like, okay, I had just forgiven whatever it was. I had not forgiven, I had released it in my heart, because I saw she had called, and I was like, before I even call her, I just want to be calling with a good spirit. Which I would thank God I was calling with a good spirit. The lady was like, I want to sit down and let's go through your grant together, because she was like, everybody has a great idea, Del, but I just want to show you where you're scoring. And the Holy Spirit said immediately, Delisa, take this meeting and take it fast, because her showing you how to score higher on their grant is going to help you score higher on these other grants you're trying to get. You see what I'm saying? Girl, when I tell you, like, I think my book, it needs to be called All Things Work Together for Your Good. I'm now submitting. I got 5 more agents I need to submit to from the lady list that she sent me. And I think I need to add that line in there. It's like, one thing that is for certain is that all things always work together for my good. I'm talking about down to being molested has worked together for my good. Like, you would think, hold on, Vongo, I am not ignoring that pot. See, that's why I gotta put some water in this pot. See, I let the fish, what I do is, I let the seasoning get on the fish, okay? I let the seasoning get on the fish real good. And then I pour some water in it, and then I put the top on it. And then, you know, I'll go in there and I'll put my seasoning and all that stuff on. But child, yes, you said I'm excited for you. God will continue to bless you through whatever you work on. I still thank God for your prayers when I was at my lowest. You are destined for greatness. Honey, we are destined for greatness. Do you understand what I'm talking about? We is carrying the Lord's Spirit out here, and He wants us to rise higher. And I feel like when I tell you, it's been a like, you know, when you've been going through challenges, it is physically taxing on the body. I just woke up because I be having to lay, like when I lay down, I lay the worry down, child. I be having to lay it all down, and then I'll get up, then I'll think about it again, then I'll keep going, because one of the things that I wrestle with all the time, and I mean, a finance person will I probably sound crazy to a finance person. You know what I'm saying? When I say I wrestle with getting a part-time job. And it's because when I have a cleaning company or when I drove Uber, I asked the Lord, I just want to work for myself. I just want to go full time, because the thing is, I'm not over here twiddling my thumbs, honey. I'm over here submitting. I done wrote a book. I done wrote a whole book. Then I rewrote the book proposal. Then I produced a show. Now we added in the show. Now I got another show I'm producing at the end of the month for my birthday, so we can film those 3 episodes and then get those episodes in with the 6, because now I've found a distribution company that liked the show, and now we need to, all that. Then I wrote a film. You know, me and Sha, we wrote a film together. We finally finished the film. Like, that takes your full-time effort. So whenever I need money, or like a check isn't coming in, and then I be like, she could just get a part-time job. But then I always think about having to give somebody 40 hours from me being right here at my thing. You know what I'm saying? Like with everything. And then I think about all, like, I've been working for myself for years, like haven't worked for nobody else for years. Like, and I have been able to fly down and help my daddy out, send my mama some money. Like, it ain't been no shortages. Now there's been some like slow periods where you have to go with the ebb and flow. But child, I just be, you know, I be wrestling with like thinking about a part-time job and thinking about, I could just be on vacation and I could just be doing this and I could just be doing that. But I'm already scheduled to go on vacation, already done paid for it out of my little artist money. So child, you just be having a, you know, I just be having to keep calm and trust the Lord. Let me get my cabbage out, child. Let me get my cabbage out. Anyway, what you been up to, Crazy Booty? Is you still there? And whoever is still there, yes. Thank y'all for my likes. Let me do this. Big Pauline Marine. So anyway, now here's my latest discovery though. Let me get my cabbage out, and don't y'all, my latest thing is, child, I've been in the back of my apartment building. We got a courtyard back there, and you know, I really hadn't hung out in the courtyard. Now you say working, growing into my greatness, about to graduate. Ooh, congratulations. What's your degree in? That's awesome. That is super awesome. We got a courtyard out back. And child, I have been on a straight mission to fix that courtyard. And so I had the man come and, you know, I rearranged the furniture, like so the furniture could not sit directly in the sun, but not sit under this tree where the leaves is falling left and right. You know, then I was out there cleaning the furniture last night and wiped the table down and discovered we have a fire. The table is a fire pit. So I'm like, I can't wait for the cold nights just to be hanging out in the backyard, in the courtyard with the fire pit going. Because I'm like, I'm pressed to clean up that yard. And, you know, we have, first of all, the yard is so nice. The courtyard is so nice. But then, you know, when I saw that there was umbrellas, you know, I had the man open up the umbrellas so we can, like, so the courtyard looks so nice because we form community when we're hanging out back there. You know what I'm saying? And already we be running into people, other dogs. You said health, information technology, and management. Then I'll sit for my RHIT for medical billing and coding. Child, let me tell you something about medical billing and coding. They got all the work from home jobs. My cousin, she was just telling me about the, like, all the work, because that's what I would call her this morning, like, is there a work from home job? Honey, hers is in medical billing and coding. You can, and my other friend, 6 figures, sitting right at home, going into no one's office. So you is in the rightest field ever. You in the rightest field ever. When I tell you, and today, and of course I gotta promote my show. If y'all like, whoever look at this on playback, I am performing live at the Dynasty Typewriter here in LA. Okay, and I need y'all to come see me. It's June 28th, next Saturday, my actual birthday, 10 p.m. And you can go to dynastytypewriter.com and you can get tickets. Tickets is only $20. You say, yes, ma'am, I work from home now, but I'm trying to get those big dollars. Girl, when I tell you, I just sent my resume in. Then I check my email, the man ain't hit me, and I'm just like, okay, Lord, as long as I'm doing the thing and checking my humility, everything has just got to work out. Because even when I was calling people this morning to be like, okay, I want to, you know, get an extension for the payment, they was like, yes, well, just send us what you got today. And I can send everybody something. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going, when I tell you, I'm just going to be in here promoting my show and feed myself. And then I'm going to take myself out somewhere today by myself and have me a good time. You say, I wish I was in Cali to come see you. I wish you was too, girl. It's about to be a good time. Do you hear me? It is about to be a good time. And I need to check in with the band and see about this rehearsal. Because I hit them up. But more than likely, he checking with the whole, you know, he checking with the crew. And somebody probably ain't got back to him. And I'm just as patient because I gotta wait for they rehearsal money to come in the first place. So as long as we can get it in before next Saturday, I'm cool. Well, hopefully we can get in closer to Saturday though. But it's gonna be a good time. My best friend flying out here, but she flying out here from DC because guess what? I had thank you so much. I had parents. Brains and booty, you know, in New Orleans, we don't say points, we say parents. I had parents on the airline. Yes. You got to think about how blessed you are. Ooh. I had parents on my Spirit accounts. And so thank you so much. Oh yeah, this cabbage is about to be, when I tell you this cabbage gonna be all that, you say get them parents, amen. Parents, yes. This cabbage is gonna be all that. And a bag of Let me turn this more over this way. Girl, yeah, so anyway, so that's why I'm going live, because I'm like, I ain't even gonna figure it out. I'm gonna just be hitting it up every time I'm feeling the fever for the flavor of a Pringle. I'm gonna be checking the live button, and all the numbers is gonna add up, and then I'm gonna still do it every Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? Do my show every Tuesday, but until then, it's gonna be this, like, because this all I want to do anyway. I just want to get paid to just be myself, and hallelujah. Shoot, so you know, and at first you be thinking about, like, Lord, somebody else be talking about this, and nope, just do everything they say. Well, not everything they say, because you can't lose your integrity, but you know, they do have the power to approve your page and not approve your page. So I'm like, great. You know, it definitely freed me though, that, you know, of the controversial stuff, because you get tired of it. The controversial stuff wear you out. Girl, I even told the people that be sending me stuff, I be like, don't send me nothing else on race. Send me all funny stuff. We about to revamp the show. We about to literally, you know, bust a move. You said I'm doing the over 40, getting ready. Girl, yes. Girl, that over 40 getting ready for the weekend. Yes. Honey, you know you need you a good nap, or you're not gonna be ready. That's crazy booty. That's why I'm hyped right now. I just got up from the over 40. Ooh, I think we just created a new term. You know, I got to take me a over 40, baby. Honey, I went home and got me an over 40, and I am good. That's the new term for a nap. Baby, let me tell you something. I had to take me an over 40, okay? Once I dropped that over 40, I was ready. Listen, you heard it here first. You heard it here first. First, got that over 40. I said I could so see, you know, I immediately started envisioning, like, when I got the news, ooh, Vongo, in case you bang, let me get this strap going. I immediately started envisioning the show. Like, as soon as they told me, you know, I need to get it. Oh, let me make sure this on. Hold on. Turn this on. Turn this on real low. Okay, now the thing about the cabbage is, okay, look what I do with the cabbage. I don't put the I put the oil directly on the cabbage, because that way when I put like a little salt on, because you know cabbage only need but like a little salt, but that way when I put the salt on, it sticks. And I should have put the oil in the pot as it is, but you know, it's all good. But anyway, I put the oil directly on the cabbage, and I have to turn it around and around and around, turn it around and around, yeah, I put the oil directly on there, so that way I can put the salt on there, as opposed to, like, you know, you cutting up the cabbage and then you putting like all this salt in the water. You could just cut up the cabbage, put the oil on first, and that way you just need to sprinkle the salt on. And the salt will stick to the cabbage, as opposed to now you got all this work, because cabbage, you really steaming the cabbage when you put it in the pot. I keep the water real low. My cousin Mama, she used to make the best cabbage, and she would cut it up like coleslaw, and that's how she made it. She was like, you don't need but a little bit of water, because you really steaming the cabbage, and it turns out so good. You know, with that little bit of effort, you just need a little bit of salt on it, and it be so good. I don't do no, like, you know, ham hocks and all that in the cabbage. A little bit of salt, and this cabbage be straight bumping. So And I be doing my like red cabbage, but you know I'll eat other cabbage. But when it comes to my own, I even try to do my beans like that. Well, I don't got a lot of like meat in my beans. Right, cabbage is so good for you. It is so good for you. But I even be doing my beans like that. Well, I don't have a lot. I don't do no meat in the beans. I just do, you know, to get that flavor. I put the beans in there. First of all, the same with the beans though. I put the beans in the water first, and then I let the beans mature, and then I go add the seasoning. Now my daddy taught me that because the thing about it's the same way. You know, you putting the beans in the water, but then the water absorbs the salt, but the salt is still in there even though you can't taste it, so you keep going back to add the salt in, and now blood pressure on 5,000 over 1,600 because it's just been, you know, salt is fulfilling the water. So when you just let the beans mature, where they bust open and they start to like get that thick consistency, then you add the seasoning, everything like sticks because it's going to stick to that thicker consistency anyway. So, but to get the flavor, I take the Spanish recipe from the beans. You know how they do the chili powder, chili powder. They do oregano. But I also take it to the next level, and I do relish, because relish gives it that like pickled flavor that like it substitute for that meat flavor, and them beans be so good. And then it's free of, you know, you don't have the salt from the hand. Now, of course, you don't even need no salt if you putting the meat up in there, because the meat is going to salt it up. You know, if you put like a smoked sausage or anything like that up in there. Now, look, I saw this thing. I saw this meme on Facebook, on Instagram, one of them places, on social media, and it was like all this cabbage. Look at all that cabbage. All this cabbage. It's like 2 spoonfuls. You know how it go down. Oh yeah. So see, I'm putting. Now I know, you know how I say we say Prince. We also say Earl. Okay. I got the Earl on. Okay. Just making sure this cabbage ain't picked up nothing from the bag. I got the Earl on the cabbage. Now I'm getting the salt on the cabbage. And see how the salt is just so sticky. This is not a cooking show. This is just Dale doing whatever Dale do. Stop. That is it. That's all I want to do. Just hire me to come and be your friend. All my bookers is like, we need a best friend at the party. Oh, call Dale. A best friend. Vongo, how old are you? Vongo, I am almost 50 years old. You hear my voice? You hear my voice, Vongo? You know, if my voice sounds like I am 96 years old. You said put the Earl on it and burl it. Yes. Burl the potatoes. Put a little Earl in there and burl the potatoes. Stop playing. Put a little Earl in there. See how I'm doing the water? I'm just doing like a little water. But see that salt ain't gonna go nowhere because, ooh, I don't know if I can grab this. That salt ain't gonna go nowhere because the Earl got it trapped. And I'm gonna let you do this. Now what I'm about to do next? You say you look 35, Vongo. Now you know Vongo. Now I'm gonna have to follow you, okay? See, I follow all my complimenters. Vongo, I follows all my complimenters, okay? Anytime I see you on my live, I'm gonna make sure this strap is up. Now what I'm about to do, who know what I'm about to do next? Like a true black mama. What I'm about to do next? Oh shoot. My thing that fell off. Hold on. Like a true black mama. Oh my word. Y'all please bear with this phone. Okay. Like a true black mama. I'm about to wash these dishes and get back to work. I guess that's my sign. I'm going to see y'all tomorrow. I'm going to see you. You say, I felt that actually because you are energetic. Thank you so much. Bongo, Brains and Booty, everybody that joined the live, thank y'all so much. And I'm going to see y'all tomorrow. Okay, I'm going to see y'all probably tomorrow night because, you know, this is the Sabbath. So when the sun go down, I don't do no work. Well, I try not to do no work on a Saturday unless I'm like volunteering or whatever. But anyway, tomorrow night, I'm gonna see y'all then. Okay? Bye. Love y'all. If you're looking at this on playback, make sure you subscribe.